I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they cut me up until I'm just a nose. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Yeah, I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to stay ahead of the sugar cane. If I stop walking, y'all, the cane gonna trip me up. Yeah, come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Yeah, I said come walk with me.
Great ride is it, y'all? Great ride is it? Jump on your bikes, get your mat, line up if you're walking wall to wall. Thanks for coming on the walk. Okay. Now here's the thing I find out about. Well, I guess it's true about all exercises. But maybe not directly the day after you feel it, but definitely the day after that. So I am stiff, y'all. I'm hoping my 5-minute warm up. Y'all like my lipstick? All right. Oh, great ride is it? These cameras are so perfect. Ooh, let me kiss myself and get some of this lipstick off. Yes, indeed. Oh, I know y'all used to kissing cult leaders' hand, but I'm kissing the hand of the person I love. Yes, thanks for coming on and walk, like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. 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 I got so much to tell y'all. Where do I start it? Oh, okay. I'm looking at this Netflix. Oh my goodness. It's called Under the Queen's Umbrella. It's, I don't know if it's Korean made, about China back in the imperial days, or if it's a Chinese production of history. You know, a fiction history. Could be. I mean, I don't know. So, I cry. I'm on the edge of my seat. I laugh. Then I cry. Then I can't look at it the next day because I'm all anxious and everything. And then I'm in awe because I studied Mao. Now, the Black Panthers, well, at least Bobby Seals wrote in his book that they followed the little red book, which is Mao Zedong, this Chairman Mao. And I found that fascinating. What could be in that book that could really help us? What did the Black Panthers see in it? Well, the kids from Berkeley should have had a little more life under their wings in order to interpret that book. Cultural Revolution, my interpretation of it, is Mao got rid of everything. But here's the thing that got me with Under the Queen's Umbrella. This is nerdy talk, huh? The thing that got me with Under the Queen's Umbrella was the thing that I saw Mao did do that I applaud was he stopped all that. Under the Queen's Umbrella, she is the first queen. Under the Queen's Umbrella, she is the first wife, the first queen. She had 4, 5 boys. Then behind her, there is, seems to me, you can look at it yourself, about 8 other wives. Then, it could be 10 because, like, the queen is, I say, like 42, but the youngest bride looked to be about 13. So, then he has concubines. And the concubines look to be about 8 in number. So I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh, this is what Chairman Mao was talking about. So then, they all have kids. So at first, they talk about the crown prince, the young prince, and they're in this classroom. And I look at it, I said, they are all the king's kids from all these wives. Then, the concubines, and all those kids. So, say the queen, I think I counted 4, has 4 kids. The other ones have kids, and they only basically focusing on the boys. I know there's girls in there somewhere. I don't know where they are though. Not under the queen's umbrella. I didn't see them. And I was like, that's what he was talking about. When your population is such, so let's say 1 million Chinese men have 10 wives, and all the 10 wives have kids. Then he has 10 concubines, and all the 10 concubines have kids. Now these ain't kids, these are not all kings. These are business people. They have their own compounds and such. But that's why the population went crazy. And Mao adjusted with it. Listen, no way am I giving that man any credit for being wonderful. I'm just looking at the situation. That's why all these Chinese people was in that I don't know if the Korean War, but I heard talk from folks that came back from the Vietnam War. They was over there, so many of them. And then I read in the history about Mao. So he sent them to war. It was just the population was just so much. He took them out of school and sent them up in the mountains to farm, to make food, because there were so many people. You couldn't, and nobody was making food. And that's when, years later, they came in with that one child, one family. So I'm looking at Under the Queen's Umbrella, and I'm saying, holy cow. That's what they're doing on this penal colony in the Midwest. Yes. Yes, in the Midwest. But there's help in the army for this penal colony. Because just like Mal, when you have such a large population that you have to start wheeling down, I'm not listening to what they're saying about no abortion, uh, all that kind of stuff. It's not like that. These Caucasians out here is breeding like you would not believe. Some of them doing 30 and counting. But you see, 30 kids, somebody gonna be, at least 15 of them are gonna be lost in the sauce. So, but you can divide them up. Some will go to jail, some will go in the service, blah, 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 blah. But let's get back to the under the Queen's umbrella. So, I'm looking at that. And the Queen always has to keep her place because the Queen Mother doesn't like her. And what makes the Queen and the Queen Mother different is that the Queen Mother was a concubine. And her son is now the king that's married to the Queen. But the Queen is not a concubine. I mean, she came from upper crusty. His first wife, he married up. So, they don't like each other right then and there. Because the Queen Mother wants the concubine's son to step into the role of king. Once the king is gone, but the king is so young. But now they're doing something for a cohort, like an assistant to the king's oldest son. Anyway, so I better hurry up. So, the part that had me crying, and the dignity and the respect of the Chinese people, the Korean people, even just so beautifully done. Just so beautifully done. Here, it would have been a big LGBTQ bullshit. If you is that, be that. If you is that, be that. Stop looking for applause. Stop looking for support. If you are that, be that. So, the Queen found out that one of her sons, by the time it's over, I'll be able to be more specific. But one of her sons used to sneak off and go to this place. So, of course, the Queen got all these matrons and all this kind of stuff. So, of course, they be spying. So they tell the Queen, and the Queen goes to the place where her son has been going and disappearing. So you see the Queen look through the mirror. Oh, let me tell you something about those, listen, acting, them folks, whoo, love Netflix. Thank you, Netflix. All this white superiority be getting me down. Oh, I love different cultures. I love learning about it. But let me tell you something. That Queen looked through that window, and the emotions that was on her face, just a side view of her looking through that. I was like, what are you seeing? What are you seeing? What are you seeing? And when she turns around and look at the camera, and the horror, the tears, this woman cries. You can see the tears, the water welling up and hanging around her eyeball a little while and shimmering about before it falls, before it rolls down her face. Oh. By then I need tissue, but I don't know what she saw. I'm like, what did you see? What did you see? What did you see? And then her right hand lady, who's a stinking spy, she's also a great actress, honey. Ooh, there's some good actors and actresses in this. Under the Queen's umbrella. I'm used to looking at dubbed Chinese and Japanese movies. We came up under that with Godzilla and all those things in the karate movies. So I'm used to dub Asian movies. Got no problem with them. So then her right hand woman looks in, and you can tell when they really see it. I'm telling you, this is some damn good acting. Oh, Netflix needs to do some kind of goddamn awards. So she turns and looks at the camera, and again with the tears. So I'm saying to myself, oh my gosh, what did they see? What did they see? Oh my goodness, what did they see? So then they run out, and they go back, and then they're talking. No one must know. What are you going to do, Queen? There's no secrets around here. And they're sitting there like, what are you going to do, Queen? What did you see? What happened? Is he a serial killer? We're on a penal colony. We think serial killer. Is he got chopped up bodies in there? What did you see? What did you see? What did you see? I'm like going absolutely crazy. I can hardly move from it. And of course, goes off. Okay, I'll remember, and I'll tell you the other half when I come back. Let's get some water. Take a little breaky poo.
Come walk with me and save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your toes and feet. 'Cause when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. 'Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they cut me up until I'm just a nose. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Yeah, I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to stay ahead of the sugar cane. If I stop walking, y'all, the cane gonna trip me up. Yeah, come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. 'Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. Yeah, come walk with me and save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your toes and feet. 'Cause when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat.
Yeah, before I forget, y'all. So, now, the boy, he goes back to that place where the queen and her first lady had seen him. Oh, before I go on, I got to talk to y'all about Ezo. Y'all want graphic arts, children books, CD covers, graphics for t-shirts, anything. Y'all contact Ezo. She's always near to any of my pages. She's always near. You can look me up and look her up as Friends EZIO, and y'all contact her. Because old Ezo, she don't play. She handle her business. She come through. She's talented. Um, uh, uh, talented. And she all business. She hard, but she there. Anyway, so getting back to Under the Queen's Umbrella. So now the boy goes back. And let me put this in. Talking about some camera work, talking about panning around, coming down from the ceiling. Brilliant. Oh, anyway. But the acting is fantastic. So, we follow the boy, and they just panning around, not, like, yeah, with the eye, with, you know. And it's it's a little spy from one of the other wives. Because they each try to knock the sons out so they can, like the one standing will be king. So she goes in there and we're with her. And first he goes inside. We don't know what he's doing. But then the one of the wives spies follows him. And she's looking through the crack. And he turns and again, that photography, that cinematography, that director. Oh. So then you see her looking at him. He's looking towards her, but he can't see her. But we see him. And he is fucking gorgeous. He is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Oh. He had his hairpins. He had his makeup on. He had his dress. I mean, at that period, how the ladies dress. Beautiful. Well, now, the spy can't wait. Runs back to tell one of the wives that the queen's son just like a girl. So the wife runs back to the queen mother because the queen mother wants the concubine's son to be king, not a legitimate wife in the air and stuff. Anyway. So, the queen's spies are all over the place, honey, finds out. And so, the queen mother decides to take a walk with her son, the king, to this place that the king doesn't know about. And the king said, no, she said, oh, there's so many rooms on this compound. I get lost myself. But what the queen mother's doing is taking the king to see what his son is doing. And at that time, for cross-dressing, they would have killed that boy. And the queen knows that. So the queen meets up with the queen mother and the king. And the king says, why don't you take a walk with us? And the queen mother's like, yes, come take a walk. We're going to... So the queen already knows. So at that time, the boy was on his way because they couldn't find him. The queen's spies was tracking him. So the queen is standing there with the queen mother and the king, and they're trying to get her to go and walk so they can catch the boy. So the queen, first lady, comes up and tells her it's an emergency, something about a banquet, you gotta get back, you gotta get blah, blah. So she finds out they can't find the boy. So the queen knows that the queen mother is taking the king to his hiding place where his dresses and makeup is, and quite possibly the boy could be there. That queen spent her whole time running through that movie, let me tell you. She hauled ass, as we said. She burned down his place, his secret place. So he knew it was her, instinctively. And he went to her, and of course she told him, we can't talk in the castle. Get your shit, meet me at the barn. And he goes to her, he's like, how could you burn this down? You know that's part of my life. That's who I am inside. What am I now? I can't even be this. So she makes him walk with her. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? So she walks him to this place. Her and her right-hand lady, that's a spy, is sitting outside. And on the inside, the young king walks in, and they hand him clothing. You don't know what the clothing for. And then in the next scene, you see the young king sitting there looking beautiful. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Oh, you couldn't tell he was a man. You wouldn't. Oh. And he's being painted. So after he sits for the painting, he gives the clothes back. And the man gives him the painting. And he goes out to his mother. And she says to him, when you feel that you need to be this other person, just pull out the painting and look at it. Oh, by then I'm crying. I got the picture. I'm like, oh, what a wise woman. How beautiful. And he just looked at her and smiled. So now they're walking. And in the movies, they have these big ornaments through their braids. Beautiful. Oh. So she pulls out this old ornament. And she says, this is for you. She says, it belongs to my mother. She said, I always thought I would have a girl to leave it to. And she was like, now I do. And she gave it to him. And he looked at her like, mommy, out. Oh. And she was looking at him like, that's my girl. That's my girl. But then I am crying. I'm like, and just the decent, I'm crying. I'm blubbering. Just so tender. Not all this penal colony bullshit. Just so, you is what you am. This is a penal colony. It's like in jail. The brick and mortar jail. Being who you are sometimes is okay, and sometimes being who you are can get your ass whipped. The brick and mortar jail, penal colony. But he didn't argue. I mean, she stopped him, but he was just like, it's the way I feel inside. She knew, like all mothers know. And, under the queen's umbrella. So now, the young king that was supposed to take over after this, be next in line, he got some kind of blood disease that comes from the king. All the king's kids got the blood disease. Because it doesn't matter who, if it's a concubine or a wife, the kids are still dying from it, and they're all in fear. And at the same time, they're handling a plague, which I found very fascinating. Oh, thank you, Netflix. Oh, I was so sick of bleach blonde, fake titty, flat asses until they started getting the shots. I can't even tell you. If it wasn't for Netflix or Prime, I wouldn't even turn on TV. I'm so better. I'm so over this. What is better? What is better? Don't you wish you were white? If you was white, you could have this house. If you were white, you could have this car. But you're not. But keep looking. I'm so glad I don't look at that TV no more. I got YouTube, which I also love. I have people from all walks of life, videos that I can look at. I have all my animal videos that I love. Oh, please. I don't care if them damn writers never go back to work. YouTube and TikTok got so many creators that I'm never bored. Not just, I'm white, I'm the best cop. No, I'm white, I'm the best judge. No, I'm white, I'm the best doctor. No, I'm white, and it's fake blonde hair. I'm the best. I'm so glad I gotta look at that shit no more. I can't even tell you. I go straight to YouTube. Bam! I love the African sisters in China or in Asia because we're awesome like this. And I'm glad to see it. And on those regular televisions, it's still white people writing and black people acting the parts. Boring. Sick of it. Okay, let's do 10. Neither up nor down. I'm going to squeeze this gut really hard now. Let me see. Tuck in your elbow. You know, when I was younger, they say it's all about the breathing. And sometimes you forget. Just because you're old and shit's drying up. But with every exercise, you got to do some type of breathing. Okay. Squeeze my gut tight. Yes, indeedy do. Yes, indeed. Thanks for coming on a walk, y'all. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Love yourself. As RuPaul said, you can't love nobody if you can't love yourself. You can't find love for you in somebody else. It don't work like that. I wake up and exercise for me. I take care of for me. And in so doing, I'm able to help with my daughter. I'm able to help in the house. And I am grateful. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.